Hello everyone. When something breaks in production, everyone joins the war room. And then we know what happens there. Application team says it's an infrastructure issue, infrastructure team says it's an database issue, and lot of valuable time gets lost before the real cause is identified. The problem is understanding what just happened, where to start, and which team should take the ownership. Now imagine if an AI assistant could start the investigation immediately. It can check your environment, review the logs and metrics, analyze the recent changes, and guide the team towards most likely cause and the right next steps. And that is exactly what Azure SRE Agent is. So it's a Microsoft service for Azure, which is built as an AI powered reliability assistant for the operations team. Its goal is to help the organization investigate incidents faster, reduce manual operational efforts, and respond with more confidence when the production issue happens. And it can also support the runbooks, automate repetitive checks, and can also help with the proactive operational task, not just the incident response. And the important part is that it's not just a chat window that gives the generic answer. It can connect to your Azure resources, your incident platform, and your team's knowledge or the knowledge base which you use, and then use that same context during the investigations. So in this video, I'm going to show you what Azure SRE Agent is, its key features, and how it works. So it becomes easier for you to understand whether it's something you should use in your environment or not. So this is the SRE Agent homepage. It looks like a chat window, but what matters is everything connected to it around the edges, like the knowledge base, like the custom agents, connectors, response plan. And that is where the operational context lives. The easiest way to understand Azure SRE Agent is to compare it with the normal incident workflow. Usually, when something goes wrong, engineers jump between the different tools and the different system. They check Azure resources, they open the different dashboards, review logs and the metrics, and then search through the runbooks. And Azure SRE Agent brings all that in one incident flow. It can use the context it already knows about your environment. It can check the live state of the Azure resources. It can review the logs and the metrics. Then it gives you a structured diagnosis with evidence and recommended next step. So it's not just answering a question, it is following an investigation path the way an experienced engineer would. So you see, when I asked it something, the agent actually connected in the background to the Azure environment. It used the configured permission and the managed identity, then used the Azure CLI and the REST API to get that information. And if required, it can also connect to the external system using the MCP connectors also. And another reason this is useful is that because it's not only reactive. Yes, you can use it when there is an incident, but you can also use it anytime for the day-to-day operation questions. You can connect it to the alerts, so it starts investigations automatically when something happens. You can schedule the recurring checks. You can also extend it with the sub-agents for the specialized task. So the product is built for both the reactive troubleshooting and the proactive operations. Now, when I ran this command, the agent started doing its own investigation. It's pulling the live telemetry and analysis in the background. It can connect directly to the Azure monitor. And if required, it can also query the log analytics workspace data. So this is not just a static response. It is actually checking the live monitoring data from your environment and then using that to generate the output. And another feature that makes this platform more powerful is the memory. So during the onboarding, you can teach the agent about your team, the services you manage, and your escalation path. You can also share the operational procedures, runbooks, and architectural documents. So over the time, this becomes the persistent context for the agent, which you can use in the future investigations. And you know why this matters? Because the quality of the investigation depends on the quality of the context you provide. If you connect the useful information like your code, Azure resources, past incidents, the result becomes more grounded and more actionable. So basically, it's not only useful for investigation in the Azure portal. If you have uploaded documents like your runbooks, support steps, or the internal guides, you can simply ask the agent. It will go through those documents and give you the right next steps or the right information you need. So it has multiple benefits. It can help with the live investigation, and it can also help you use your internal knowledge much faster. Now I'll talk about integrations. It can connect with Azure Monitor, Application Insight, Log Analytics Workspace for observability. It can also work with alerts, PagerDuty, and ServiceNow for the incidents. It can also connect with GitHub, Azure DevOps, Azure Data Explorer, and the MCP server. So this is not a single tool assistant. It is built to fit into a real environment. Now, coming to the incident response, you can create the response plan and decide how the agent should react to the alerts. So, in review mode, it investigates first and wait for your approval. In autonomous mode, it can act within the permissions you have configured. And those actions are not limited to summaries. It can investigate issues, follow runbooks, analyze your code, restart the containers, scale the services, and even create the GitHub issues with the findings and evidence. So it moves beyond the assistant into the guided remediation. Now, I'll not go deep into the full incident flow in this video because that deserves a separate video. So in another walkthrough, I'll break the application on purpose and show you how the agent investigates everything end to end. Now let's talk about the proactive side. You can create scheduled tasks, connect notification tools, and use sub-agents for the recurring work. And that can be your daily health check, a morning summary, or a weekly report. So this is useful because a lot of operation work is repetitive and time consuming. And if you're working in those environments, you know this. Now let's talk about the architecture and security. So when you deploy an SRE agent, Azure also creates supporting resources like managed identity, log analytics workspace, application insight. And there are also the user roles like the reader role, standard user, and as administrator. And that creates a clear boundary between what the user can do and what the agent can access, and whether those actions run in preview mode or autonomous mode. Now that layered design is one of the strongest part of this platform. Now let's talk about the pricing quickly because the cost matters if you are evaluating this seriously. So Azure SRE Agent uses something called as the Azure Agent Units or AAUs. Now, this is the unit Microsoft uses to measure the usage of the service. And one AAU is priced at around 10 cents. Now, there are two parts to the pricing model. First, there is a base cost to keep the agent available and ready for investigation. So each agent uses 4 AAUs per hour as always on charge. Then there is additional usage cost where the agent is actively doing the investigation, running the task, or using the model tokens during execution. So in simple words, you pay a fixed cost to keep the agent ready and then extra cost for the work which actually doing. And on your screen, you can see the latest pricing and how many agent units are used. But I'll recommend to check with the official pricing page for the most accurate number based on your region. Now let's talk about few limitations. So right now Azure SRE Agent is in preview and the chat experience is currently English only. So based on the latest Microsoft documentation, the service is available only in the 3 regions. And so it can be deployed only in East US2, Sweden Central, and Australia East. Once you choose the region during the deployment, that is where the agent is hosted. And another important point is the quality. So the result depend heavily on the context you connect. So if you do not connect useful data like the Azure resources, logs, code, runbooks, and the integrations, the investigation will be much less valuable. The more context the agent has, the better the output becomes. Now there is also a compliance point to review. So if you are worried about the compliance, Microsoft documentation clearly states that the customer data is not used to train AI model. So your agent data is stored in the same Azure region where you deploy it. Microsoft also uses the different underlying models depending on the geography and the service availability. So if you work in a regulated environment, it is still a good idea to review the data residency, model availability, and your internal compliance requirement before the rollout. Now, an important question: who is this really for? So it is most useful for the teams running the Azure workloads, where the faster troubleshooting, on-call efficiency, and operational consistency matters. Now, that includes the platform teams, cloud operations teams, SRE teams, and the development teams that also support the production. So if you only want a chatbot for the general Azure questions, then this is not really the main purpose of the product. In that case, you can use the Copilot. So in simple words, Azure SRE Agent is an Azure native AI reliability assistant that understands your environment, connect to your tools, remember your processes, and help you in both the reactive incidents and the proactive operations. And this is what makes it more useful than a normal chat experience. So that's all I wanted to show in this video. In the next video, I'll show you how to deploy it in your subscription so that you can also try it by yourself. And I hope you liked it. Please like and subscribe. Thank you so much.